I'm always a bit conflicted with the social media thing because I look at like the likes of what you're doing, the likes of what we're trying to do, the mission that have gotten us loads of great initiatives and loads of great people doing great things, more than ever, especially across Merseyside, more than literally ever. And with young girls, that's literally your target audience.
Yeah.
And they would get access to someone like you through content.
Yeah.
So if they're banned from that and seeing that, they're not only getting banned from the bad stuff that they're going to see, but also they're getting banned from the good stuff they're going to see. And for people who are trying to make a massive difference, that creates a paradox, doesn't it? Because you want to keep these kids safe and protect them and give them every opportunity to do stuff off basically scrolling down rabbit holes on social media. But also you got other people creating amazing content that is really inspiring that they can get involved in, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it creates this like paradox, I think. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, and I've seen a lot of benefit from social media. So I'm probably coming from a bit of a biased point of view in that sense.
I don't think there's anything wrong with social media. And I think that, like, if it's social and it's media, then that's exactly what it is. But I think where the problems come in are the comparison that young people experience, and comparison is the thief of joy, as Brené Brown says. You cannot post something without being like, is anyone like that? You're always looking for how have other people experienced what you've posted.
100%. I completely agree. Do you think that's kind of like changed who we are as people, or do you think that's kind of exposed who we already were, but just didn't have a platform for it?
Has it changed who we are?
Because I think genuinely, like, if you take like someone who's, and we'll dive into this, someone who's lacking a bit of confidence, wants to get out there a bit more, but doesn't know really where to turn, they can literally take a selfie, post it on Instagram, get 100 likes straight away, instant. That's instant gratification personified, but it's fake.
Yeah.
They're not going out there and actually building the confidence.
Yeah, and there is this whole thing, isn't it, about Insta versus reality, and no one's posting like when the makeup's gone wrong or their eyeliner's down the face, or you're only posting like what you want other people to see, aren't you? Kind of like the best bits. And I think a lot of kids haven't then got the sort of critical thinking aspect where they can look at something and say, well, they're having a good day today, but maybe tomorrow's going to be a bad day, or maybe yesterday was awful. Like, you never know what's going on underneath the surface. And I think because it does just scratch surface level, that does feel difficult for other kids that are then comparing themselves to what you perceive as a popular
100%,
person.
Yeah. I mean, I remember my dad was telling me, so I was born in 86.
Okay. What a great year. It was super hot summer then as well, wasn't it?
I know, yeah.
Your poor mum.
And my dad told me that he met my mum, who was still together to this day, long enduring marriage and all that, that they met in 1978. And he lived roughly around a mile and a half from each other. So not far from here.
Okay.
Still. And my nan still lives in the same house. My other nan's in a home now, but she's 90, but she basically lived a mile and a half.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a phone. So they literally, to see each other, there was no mobiles, no landline. They'd have to go to a phone box to ring, or my dad would have to walk to the house, knock on the door. And my granddad, bless him when he was alive, he had big, army, big chest on him, like, big bolshy guy. And he might not have even been in.
Exactly. What a risk.
I know. I know. But the amount of effort that they had to do just to kind of see each other was like it was quite hard work to even date someone. And now, before someone goes on a date, they can check out an Instagram profile, they can go on Facebook, they scroll on TikTok.
Credit check.
It's literally a credit check before they go out.
But was it a bad thing when you didn't know all that about someone? So yeah, possibly. But think about all the other benefits that you got. You got the excitement that builds up. You got the walk there where you're processing what you're thinking. You're not distracted by, is this next reel going to have the most magical 3 seconds of my life that I'm going to enjoy, And you had to be know enough about yourself and have enough confidence to knock on a door,
Yeah,
not knowing who's going to open it.
I know.
I mean, do you remember like actually picking up a phone and you'd have to phone and only mums and dads were allowed to answer the phone because
Yeah.
it was dangerous?
Yeah.
You know, you didn't know who they were talking
You'd ring
to.
the house and you'd ask the mum and you'd be dead polite and be like, "Can I speak to so and so, please?"
Exactly. Exactly. And like you'd be told, like your punishment was, no, you're not using the phone. You're just not using it. You're not speaking to anyone.
Yeah, literally. Isn't that?
I love the house phone though. Like, and
If you told your kids that now, they'd think you're bonkers.
we have a hot tap. My son doesn't even know what a kettle is. He thinks a kettle was the olden days.
What is it, a cougar tap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they are amazing and they are life changing.
Unreal, yeah, unreal.
But yeah, the olden days. But now, if we take away mobile phones from kids, there aren't any pay phones.
Yeah.
How are they going to contact you?
Yeah. I think we live in this age now as well where like everything's very tribal. Everything's like, it's like all this or all that. And actually just sitting down and having like a sensible conversation like we're doing now about it, you can actually see the nuances in it. Where you go, yeah, there actually is. You know, if you've got a 14 or 15-year-old little girl or a little boy and they log on, like they sign up to Instagram, they go on it and literally within 5 minutes they're seeing all this fucking ridiculous content that you should never be exposed to. That's wrong.
Yeah.
But in another sense, like, how did he get access to people like you? Like, and I suppose it's on us now, actually, with this ban coming in to make opportunities for these people more accessible because they're not getting access to it from social.
Definitely. And I hope that, like, I know that we have a young audience, but we also have a lot of mums and dads, and we have a lot of contact with mums and dads who are struggling with stuff, and they'll get in touch with us and have like conversations about what's coming up, what can they do. You know, even yesterday I had a meeting with someone who was explaining an issue that he's experienced with his year 9 daughter that wasn't something from inside their family home, but it was the knock-on effect of who they're in touch with in school. And, you know, these kids are experiencing real trauma. It's not fake. It's actually happening. But who do you turn to for advice, or who do you look towards?
100%.
There was a bit of there was something that Nick shared with us the other day, and it was about how, you know, years ago, probably not even that many years ago, but in the internet world last week, you used to look up, so you'd look up to see your role models and to be influenced by what this person's wearing, and now there's no looking up, they're looking across. Which, when you think about it, children always need a sense of belonging. They always turn to the peers. I'd say by the time you get to year 8, year 9, if they're in a group, they're in a group. Very difficult then to be able to change how things are. But kids want a sense of belonging. And whether that's a good belonging or a bad belonging, it makes no odds to them. They're both extremely powerful.
Yeah.
So how do they... But back to your question, how do they find us? Don't know, because no one's picking up the Echo anymore, are they? And looking through the ads.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I reckon what you're saying there, if I had to make a rough guess, I used to be a PT years ago, believe it or not.
Okay.
Not that you don't know, but I remember back in sort of 2012-ish, I reckon, I always think if I'd have started doing all the content stuff
Yeah.
in 2012, I'd be a millionaire by now, because it was really started to go off then. And at that point in time, it became a thing where, like, I'm a big Everton fan, so when you look at, like, say, an Everton player or a Liverpool player, back then, like, seeing him in person was like this fucking, like, massive thing. Like, getting an autograph off a player was like, you know, even getting a picture of the player was like a big thing.
Yeah.
Now, all around 2012, it got to that point where, like, you could literally just message or comment on posts. So that like gap between, like, this player that
Being
was
untouchable
became like, they became human almost. But to the point where you can literally, like, they've never been more accessible ever. And actually, I would argue actually that's probably a net positive overall, but they became more human.
Yeah.
And like you say, these role models became like, oh, they're just on Instagram. They're just posting on Instagram. They're just posting. And yeah, I think you're right. What you say, like these like role models, and because we live in this like dopamine culture, like instant hit, instant gratification. It became like it almost appeals to the lowest form of intelligence. Like if you watch like, I've got no shade on reality TV, by the way. I do watch a bit of reality TV.
Oh, listen, I'm all over reality TV. I like it.
But if you look at the subject matter of it, it is just like the most. There's nothing clever about it. There's nothing like you're not going to learn anything from that. Like watching it.
Yeah, but
it's addictive.
I disagree because as a counsellor, we study behaviour. We study how people interact. So for me,
this is interesting. This go on.
Okay, so for me, when I'm watching it, I am putting a story together of perhaps why that person's behaviour is the way they are. You can see things in people where you can almost put together their past and what shaped them in that way. You mightn't be 100% right all of the time. In fact, probably not. But you can look at someone's behaviour, how they interact, how they speak to people, and you can almost see what parts have come into play beforehand for them to behave that way.
That's interesting. What's your favourite reality TV program?
Well, absolutely controversial. Maths, I love. Maths Australia.
Maths Australia was unreal.
It literally kicked standing, but I am absolutely gutted.
I mean, do you think like the English are a bit nutty? They are off the charts. I mean, did you see the one where she like it was that girl and she like Googled the other girl and she had like an OnlyFans page.
Yes. And
then she exposed it all and she told everyone.
Yes. And yeah, absolutely.
But like to that point though, so I agree with you. I think where I was coming from with that was, I always think back to when like I was single and I was dating and all that, and you look at something like a Love Island or a Tabby or a Made in Chelsea or something. The interactions that they have, I just never had them interactions. I just never talk like that. I don't know. So
it's almost like everything's kind of over communicated in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's no pause, there's no space for reflection in it.
There was like the amount of like, because everything's so open and it's such an open conversation. There's no like chivalry involved in it.
No.
Like there's no like back and forth banter or anything. It's just like, do you want to go for a chat?
So dry. I do love, I'm not Love Island bashing, by the way, because I do like in the midst of winter when it's freezing, I want to watch that blue sky, and like half the time I may just be looking at the weather.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're a TV executive, you can't get enough of it.
No, definitely not.
I love it.
But I think it's okay. I think it's okay to zone out, and I class that telly zoning out as a therapist. It's very difficult to see.
I watch it. Like I'm not actually disagreeing with it at all. Like I actually genuinely watch it.
No, honestly, and I'm going to stand on this hill and say it's okay. I don't see trauma as entertainment. I find it very difficult to watch it. Like everyone's going on. Have you watched This City Is Ours? Have you watched it? Are you joking me? You want me to sit there and watch like that? All I'm thinking is them kids are going to have terrible aces by the time they I'm just thinking about all.
Are you a natural empath, would you say?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely am.
Yeah. I'm always thinking about what it would be like to be in that situation. How does that feel for them? Even when people have really, really, really annoyed me, I'll be thinking, what are they actually going through for them to have behaved that way, for me to feel this way?
So you're a counsellor.
Yeah.
Before we dive into the Girls with Dreams Club and all that,
Okay.
What were the big problems that you were finding in that sense? Was it they were getting bad influences? Was it they were just getting involved in the wrong crowds? What was it that was causing them them issues that you were finding?
Sense of belonging.
Yeah.
I would say sensible. I would say fundamentally kids need to have a sense of self. They need to understand themselves so they can be themselves, so that they can show up as themselves, so they're authentic, what you were saying before. Put your fork in the sand, your people will find you. No one can find you if you're not authentic. So for me, I would definitely say kids need sense of belonging. When they haven't got a sense of belonging, they become very, very lost.
I love it. I love it. I don't love that, but I love that you picked up on that. So when was it that you decided to make that your mission? Because anyone who looks at your socials, I mean, it's such a powerful image and message that you've got going on. And it's such a clear and concise message as well.
Do you think?
Yeah, big time, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm obsessed, by the way, with big ideas.
Okay.
I won't go into it, but I kind of like had this. Our first kid like slept really well. Our second kid didn't sleep really well.
You never get two the same.
And there was this one night where he was up, and I just basically brain dumped everything into this Google Doc where I wanted to get to, all my goals, my dreams, And the common denominator with all the clients we were working with at the time is they all had big ideas.
Okay.
And the big ideas, like the bigger the idea, the bigger the impact they could have, and the bigger the results they could have. So I became obsessed with this idea of ideas. And when I see people like you doing such great work, it's like, it proves that point right. So well done, for one.
Thank you.
But where was that sort of born from?
So,
By the way, she brought the San Pellegrino in, so it's very hot today.
it's absolutely roasting.
It's absolutely roasting, but we are being refreshed with the old San Pellegrino.
The
which is cool.
limonata.
Yeah. Oh yes. I'm gonna chug this.
Crack
away.
it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna crack it. There's
think
nothing
I'll-
better than the crack of the can.
No.
Oh.
I mean, I did bring a straw, but you just go can.
The finance director of San Pellegrino must have took away the old.
The foil. I think, no, you still actually do get the foil.
Do you?
But this was like a boxed one.
Oh yeah.
But you definitely still get the foil, but you may have to be in Europe to get.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think those Brits are worthy of foil
Oh yeah.
anymore. Probably recycling and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a thing with the Doubletree Hilton as well. When you check into the Doubletree Hilton,
Oh, yeah.
anywhere, you get like a hot cookie on arrival.
Yes, you do.
And it builds a load of goodwill because you get this. So if you've got a choice between a Doubletree Hilton and another place,
Yeah.
typically Doubletree Hilton get a lot of bookings just off the goodwill.
And you know what? Kids will always remember that cookie as well, won't they?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You did ask me something.
Great little mox employee. So yeah, the Girls with Dreams Club.
Girls with
I'm
Dreams.
really interested in like where that sort of idea was born from and how you got it to the point where it is now, because the work that you're doing, if anyone's watching this and has young girls, and I won't dive into it too much without you explaining it, but the work that you're doing is absolutely unreal for like young girls. So where was that born from, and what's the work that you actually do?
Okay, so going through COVID was obviously an extremely difficult time.
Yeah.
At that time, I was very aware of the impact it was having on young people, and I wasn't even thinking about what was going on in 2020. I was already thinking about what's happening over the next 10 years when all these kids are missing out on massive developmental periods of their life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so frustrated and so angry that these kids were having their childhoods taken away from them. And I know it's a really controversial subject.
It is a taboo topic.
But for me, I was primarily concerned about the children and the future and what was going to happen to them. And I was aware that kids were missing out on sitting exams. They were missing out on that kind of pressure. They had their social circle. And me, who's like big on sense of belonging, these kids are now, you're allowed to have a walk around the block. But they're having parties in Downing Street, but you can have a walk. You know, all that was going on. And I was like, what is this? These kids they're not allowed to be with their friends anymore. We knew what it was like before. But they didn't. So for them, they don't know things will go back to normal. They don't know what things are going to look like. They just didn't know.
Yeah.
So part of it, that was, I'd say, when I woke up. But then with the Girls with Dreams stuff, I also had an understanding that prevention was always going to be better than cure. And early intervention, the earlier the intervention, the better the outcome.
Yeah.
So for me, the Girls with Dreams stuff work isn't necessarily for children that have experienced a lot of trauma or, you know, that need a lot of one-to-one work. But for for almost like we throw our net out and we catch the most fish, and we'll take the willing, because we can't take anyone that doesn't want to be on this journey with us. But we wanted to be able to expose and give as many opportunities to the biggest group of girls that we possibly could, because they just don't seem to exist anymore. And if you think about, kids will go to Jungle Fun, or I don't know what you have on the Wirral, but like play centres up till you get to like 5, and then you go to school, don't you? And there's still kids' parties and everything. But then what happens at 11? Where are they socialising? And great if you can get them into clubs and get them into extracurricular. But if finance is a barrier, or if they're not sporty, or they don't sing and dance, where are them kids going?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, especially like feeding back into the whole social media ban thing, it's really important on Andy Burnham now is going to be the PM.
Is he?
And I know Andy Burnham.
Okay.
Well, I know him. I don't know him personally, but I know, like, I sat next to him at the match for years, and spoke to him a few times, and he's a good bloke. Like, he's a genuinely good person. And he's going to be the next new PM. Starmer's leaving, which has been a bit of a disaster, really. And I think it's really important with the social media ban now that alternative things like clubs, places for people to go, it's never actually been more important, because you can't just take this massive social thing that teenagers have away, whether you like it or not, and not give them any alternative to get themselves into.
Yeah, I think
because what you'll end up with is loads of disenfranchised boys and girls, actually.
I think that's something that really needs picking apart, and we still don't really know. I mean, of course, when Kia announced it last week, that they were going to put on a full ban of social media to under 16s, the details haven't yet come out, so we don't know what that is actually going to look like, and how is that going to happen? How are they going to prove it? Is it for a digital ID? You know, like, all them questions haven't been answered. One of the things that I would say, though, is I was delighted to hear that this will also impact online gaming and the likes of Roblox, because I know that is a paedophile playground.
Oh, I mean, Roblox. Don't get me started on Roblox. I've got a 5-year-old.
I hate it.
He's never going near Roblox ever.
No. I wouldn't allow any child to be able to write something and for it to be deleted or for it to disappear. I wouldn't allow it. You're like you practically give a child a loaded gun, because some things that they do, their brains aren't equipped. You're
right. You're completely right. I mean, some of the stories on Roblox are horrendous. Where do you think them issues actually stem from? I mean, with all this social media stuff, I think as a whole, and I'm a social media guy, I do content every day, and I've seen the benefits, the massive benefits it can have on people. With that said, I think it's probably a net positive that under 16 is going to be off social media. They shouldn't be scrolling. They should be outside more. They should be doing stuff. I think it is you got to provide them with better alternatives. People, like you say, people gravitate to community. They gravitate a sense of belonging. They need a sense of belonging. You can't just take stuff away without giving them solid alternatives. And I don't know what the answers to that question are. And I try to, we're trying to create a content community of creators, get people being more creative, whether that's online or offline, just generally being more creative. And it's something I battle with all the time, especially with younger kids who are going to grow up into that, Because me and you are of an age where we grew up without social media and with social media.
Yeah.
Our kids are never going to grow up without social media.
No.
Ever. Or whatever the next iteration of social media is. Maybe something will come along in time with AI and stuff and just, make these companies go obsolete, but I don't know.
Well, you just wouldn't know, would you?
No, and you don't know. But one thing I can say is it won't stop. And you can't stop that traffic. You can't stop that progression of...
Well, you won't stop it either because it's such a money maker.
I mean, we talked about, before about, we weren't allowed to use remember we weren't allowed to log on to the internet before 5 o'clock because it cost you too much.
I was of an age where you'd have to go a cafe. Didn't even have internet in your house. I was 22 before we got internet.
Wow. That's amazing.
Well, okay, don't laugh. It's not that amazing. No, but yeah, you go to the cafe and you would pay for an hour or for however long, and you used it for email, and Google didn't exist.
I know.
There was no Google. Imagine life without Google.
I mean, the cost of information generally has gone to zero, really, because internet cafe is a great example. You used to go, you'd pay for an hour to go on the internet, or if you were in college, you'd go and use the college computer and you'd search the library for a reference book or whatever it was. And to get hold of this information was really tough. You'd have to really work hard to get hold of it. Now you can go on ChatGPT or you can go on Claude or Instagram or Google or YouTube and just find this information within 5 seconds. It's there at your fingertips. Anything you want. So the value of information has actually gone to zero because, it's not scarce anymore. Same with the whole dating thing. You can find people online really quickly.
Well, yeah, and I have kind of missed the app section of dating.
Yeah, same.
So, but it fascinates me because obviously
as a counsellor, someone who's aware of this stuff and socially savvy.
Yeah.
How do people navigate that? How are you finding that with clients and girls that are growing up and getting into dating and
it's
stuff
like
like
a
that?
whole other language now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think everyone finds it really. I feel like.
And just to add on to that, how do you navigate that as a parent, sort of guiding young ones through that?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think you have to have, I would say, limit the contact. Limit it. Go and meet people in person. Make them be on a one-to-one. Look, I always say with dating, there's a 3-month period where people can con you and they're on the best behaviour. If they manage to get back past 3 months without any red flags, then we can kind of go, oh, okay, maybe you're not an absolute crank.
And if all you're seeing is the fabulous looking selfies on social media and
it's absolute nonsense,
the perfect
isn't
bodies
it?
and
it's just absolute nonsense. And I think for social media is, for me, it's about selling a product, whatever that product may be. You're selling something. I'm selling a sense of belonging, and for kids to feel more empowered, and for kids to get together, learn about themselves, learn how to develop healthy relationships, set your boundaries, hold your boundaries, know what language to use. So that's what I'm selling.
Align with someone with the same core values as yourself and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly that. But if you're not selling something, you're selling yourself.
Wow.
And that's my view on social media. I do see it as an advertising platform. There's connection sought from everything that is posted.
Yeah. I mean, just tying this back into the COVID thing, we started this business as a video editing company in 2019, late 2019. And we were doing little bits. It wasn't fully off the ground. And this was November 2019. I think we had a couple of clients at that point, not many. And our whole business model would be Sarah would send us a video We'd edit the video and send it back. That'd be it.
Okay.
So you'd get a load of footage, send it to us, we'd edit it, send it back. And obviously, rolling into 2020, COVID hit. And at this point, social media wasn't quite the same. So there wasn't Reels, there wasn't TikTok, there wasn't YouTube Shorts. So there wasn't that element of like scroll. It was still there. The videos were still there. You could still watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, but it wasn't just scroll.
Yeah, it wasn't like explore, was it? And then all that.
Yeah. So TikTok came out then and brought out the For You page.
Yes.
And I think there was a fundamental shift in social media at that point because the For You page was essentially you seeing stuff that you didn't follow. Essentially. So it'd be like, Sarah, I'm looking to get a puppy. I'm going to search some puppy stuff. All you're then seeing on the For You page is puppy content.
Yeah.
Or it could be, I'm looking for a set of makeup. All you're seeing is this makeup. And that was it. So TikTok essentially said, we think that we can show you stuff that you're more interested in than what you're picking out yourself by hitting the follow button. So you ended up, the people you followed was basically just a load of shit, basically, or just like your cousin that you hadn't spoke to in 4 years, or, you know, a friend that you met on holiday 5 years ago and you never spoke to him since. And he realised that. And the problem with that is that it worked. And Instagram copied with Reels. And I guarantee if me and you pull our phone out now, go onto Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, we're going to see more stuff that we don't follow than what we do follow.
100%. Yeah.
So straight away, it's not social media anymore.
No.
It's not the word social. To go on there, me likes to send you a message or used to send me a message, and that's social.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening anymore.
No.
It's I'm seeing stuff by this creator in London because I've been watching some podcast clips.
Yeah.
Or I'm seeing Pete Wicks on a podcast talking to David Gandhi, the two best looking blokes in Britain. And because I'm watching podcast clips to do with blokes.
Yeah.
And masculinity and all that kind of stuff. So it's more like an interest based algorithm now, I think. And you know, God knows what interest, you know, 15-year-old girls or boys are taking interest in it, and that's what they're seeing. So they're getting presented with this stuff now. They're not actively, they're not saying, right.
They're not choosing what they see.
They're not choosing what they see anymore. So that's a big shift. And that's not insignificant because you go, right, I've got a load of friends who I want to follow. I've got loads of girls in the city that I love and respect and do loads of great work with. Like we go to, you know, we've been to events where we've been at the same events and they're doing amazing things and we're going to follow all them people, but we're not seeing them people. No. We're seeing this other stuff.
I don't see anyone now really that I follow.
Exactly.
And I'm really conscious that like I can be scrolling and it's almost like, you know, like when you have to fast forward the adverts on like Love Island and until I find someone that I know and I'm like, where am I in the, like I consciously think now, where am I in this?
Yeah.
Because you used to, so when Facebook came out, I lived in France. And for me, it was
you
a
lived
way.
In France? That's interesting.
I live in France.
You speak any French?
Oui, je parle très bien français. Bien sûr, monsieur.
So I've got a bit of broken Spanish, but not French.
I think my Spanish is probably like una la cerveza, and that's about it. But yeah, you. What was I saying then?
Don't do una la cerveza, but
talking about looking for people.
I
lived in France, so Facebook. I was
Yeah.
talking about Facebook, living in France. And you'd post photos of your life to share with your family because, do you know, I remember when the first camera phone came out and it was when David Beckham had been signed and he'd gone to Spain, do you remember?
Yeah.
Did he go to Barcelona?
Yeah. We do some work in Barcelona, yeah.
And he was...
he signed for Real Madrid, didn't he, Beckham?
I was at Real Madrid. Yeah. Okay, so David Beckham signed for Real Madrid and then he did the advert for camera phones and the other Man U players, but they were sending each other photos and he sends one of the son. And I remember thinking then, oh, are you joking? Why do you even need a camera on your phone? I mean...
I know.
Can you imagine now living without a camera on
the
your
concept
phone?
of that. I remember having I remember having a Nokia 8210, and I upgraded it, and the phone that I got had a radio on, and I could listen to Radio City
Holy
on
smokes.
the phone. I was like, I remember sitting there with my little earpods in, listening to Pete Price on Radio City, literally like mind blown that I could get radio on my phone. So the concept of having video on your phone was like another world. But to your point though, I actually think that is the basic premise of social media. If you live far away and you want to stay in contact with the closest people to you in your life, sharing photos, sharing experiences, that's what social media is good for. Keeping people closer together, keeping that connection with people. But I don't feel like it's just not that anymore.
No. But it's not that to us.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that may struggle with in-person connection. They may, you know, and it's a real lifeline to them to be able to connect with people, to be able to find people that are experiencing the same thing that they're experiencing, because that too is really important, that people can watch other people overcome adversity and learn how. And they might not be people that they necessarily would know had they not have met them online.
So that all happened kind of back sort of COVID time, like that big shift. 6 years on.
Yeah.
Where are we? Where are we with it all? Are we getting past that now? Or are we? Because from my point of view, when I started doing this back then, I had no network. I didn't know anyone in the whole business scene. Whether it was Wirral, Liverpool, Chester, I just didn't know many people. I know loads of people now.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing women's events, Scouse Girls Social, see all them events, the choir that you do, all the good stuff going on. Business events, male, female. So I see all the positives. Now I don't know if I'm just being like glass half full. But 6 years on, through your lens, where are we?
I think we're more aware. I think at that time we were very blind to what we were told. I feel like people are a bit more like challenging now, and they used to, like, I always quote Donald Trump, not like in a like, oh, I love Donald Trump way, but like I'm always like, oh, fake news,
China,
like, and I'm always like, no, that is just like, be aware of fake news. And I think people are becoming more and more aware of fake news.
COVID is definitely one, kind of splits opinion. You're going to get people on this side, you're going to get people on this side, loads of arguments, conspiracy theory central, da-da-da-da-da. Conspiracy
theory is just a theory until it's been proven.
Exactly. You're coming out with like loads of one-liners today as well.
Thanks.
And I always think the other one, there's like mass immigration is one of these things at the moment, like big topic. Religion generally is a topic, politics is a topic. And it can become quite combative. Is that the right word?
100%. Yeah. Well, they are the actual topics that you're told at a dinner party not to talk about, aren't you? Like, they are the rules of etiquette. You don't talk about politics and you don't talk about religion.
Well, I know, like, we had a post go viral. Me and my mate Chris, who do a podcast, it's called Where Common Sense Fails. And people say, like, what's it about? And it's like current affairs with a comedic twist. That's what we say. And he talked about this thing where if you go to London now, they put a tourist tax on checking into a hotel. I was like, what's it actually for? Like, what am I paying?
We have like a £2 tax now in hotel rooms in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the government have put that in.
Yeah.
But like the genuine question for me was, what is it actually for?
Yeah.
Like, what did he actually use it for? Like I've gone abroad sometimes and I've checked into hotels where they pay the tax. Yeah. Sometimes it's like €50 on the tax. But I'm like, what's it actually used for? Not one person. It went completely viral.
So do we know the answer now?
No. No one's been able to tell me. Like, what's it actually used for? And that's kind of like a really trivial, basic thing. It's not like going to make or break the country or anything. But then you get into like the likes of COVID and where this money's gone and this and that. And it's, some of it is absolutely bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. So how does someone save themselves?
Know yourself. Right, so I've got like a strict rules to live by. Okay. This
is interesting. I like this. I like this. I think me and you are going to get along,
So I, during my studies, came across a Texan researcher called Brené Brown. Have you heard of her?
Yes.
Okay, so Brené Brown.
Love a bit of Brené.
So she was a shame researcher. That's her job. She researches shame.
Wow, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
I thought she was kind of like a philosopher or something.
She's a shame researcher.
Okay.
And I think I agree with a lot of what she says, but for me, one of the major, like, magical pieces of work that she did was when she wrote BRAVEN, which is an acronym of the Anatomy of Trust. Have you heard of it already?
No, come on, expose me to it.
Okay, so BRAVEN is boundaries. So to know yourself, you have to know what your boundaries are. You have to know where you're willing to go.
Okay.
You have to know what you're willing to do. You have to be able to recognise your own boundaries, but recognise other people's boundaries and how other people move, what's acceptable for them. Are they out of order or have you just crossed the boundary? You have to be able to ask yourself these questions.
Is it, just to build on that?
Yeah.
And I'm genuinely asking the question because I'm genuinely interested in this. If someone crosses your boundaries, it might not be crossing their boundaries, so boundaries kind of cross over as such, where you have like a healthy disagreement maybe, but it's not like you're not falling off.
Of course you can. Like, of course, I can respect your boundaries and hold my own.
Yeah.
I can say I understand that feels okay for you, but it doesn't feel so good for me, so I'm going to just move away from that.
Amazing. Love it.
Yeah.
See, that's something I've actually, just again, from personal experience, that's something that I've worked on over time.
Boundaries?
Yeah.
Major?
Big time.
Major? How many times have you flexed your boundaries?
I'm a lot less likely to take shit these days.
Yeah. And how much better when you go to sleep and you put your head on your pillow? How does that feel?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because I live every day in alignment with my core values.
Yeah.
Every day.
Because, and that's the
You
thing.
strike me as someone who doesn't take much shit, to be fair.
Do I don't take much shit? No, probably no.
No, that's good.
Shit is not something I do well with.
That's a compliment, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah. No, I feel like I'm fair. I feel like I'm firm. I've got a huge heart and I'll do anything for anyone. I'll give you my last 10p. But don't take the piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How I got it described to me once was like, imagine having a country. Imagine you're in charge of the country.
It will be a better country if I was in charge of it.
I would love to see you as a PM, to be fair. That'd be amazing. But like, you want your country to be like a really nice place to be. You want people to come and enjoy it and be, enjoy all the good stuff that's going on in your country. But you want firm borders.
Yeah. You want it safe.
And that's the boundary, and you want it safe.
You want to be safe.
So when someone comes into Sarah's world, it's a nice place to be. They feel safe.
Yeah.
They feel comfortable. They're going to have fun. There's loads of stuff to do.
Yeah.
It's all amazing, but you've got borders.
I sure do.
Yeah. And that's the key to it. So
that's like kind of one of the things that we say about Scouse Girls Social, that like the energy walking into that room with them girls, with that positivity, self-belief. Even the most nervous girls that have walked into one of our events and had to really take a minute outside to push themselves through the door haven't wanted to leave.
I love that.
Because there's such power in community. The hairs on your arms stand up at Scouse Girls Social.
Brilliant.
It's off the wall.
And what about... So where does it go from there, the Brené Brown thing?
Oh, sorry, so back to the Brené Brown thing. So then there's the rest of it makes up different things. So it's, you have to be reliable, do what you say you're going to do, accountable. You have to be accountable. Yeah. And this is so important. You have to be able to hold your hands up and say, oh, I've dropped the ball there. Yeah. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to do my utmost to make it up to you and not do that again.
We call that personal ownership in the content room.
Okay.
So literally one of our core values, I love this, is personal ownership.
Yeah.
Same as accountability.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever anyone else's fault. And that's quite a stupid statement to me. It actually is a stupid statement to me because not everything is always your fault. Like some people can do shitty things and will do shitty things and try and get one over on you. And that does happen. But in terms of how we make stuff happen, we take ownership. So if someone comes along and does something shitty to us, it's not we blame. You'll never hear us on social media or out there arguing with anyone, ever. But we take accountability, we take ownership. It's like, how do we deal with the situation in the right way? To reliability.
Acknowledge them.
So reliability, accountability.
Reliability, accountability, B-R-A-V, vault.
Vault.
You have to be a vault.
Explain.
Okay. So to be a vault, what my private and personal information is going to stay in my vault.
Yeah.
And what yours is that you share with me is also going to stay in my vault. Because if I'm talking about your information, I'm talking about everyone else's. So you know you can't trust me.
Yeah.
But with my personal information, you have to earn my trust. So I want to see you show up in all these other ways before I open my vault and give you anything personal or private.
Yeah. I love that. That's amazing. That's amazing.
It's not mine. It's Brené. Like, so credit to Brené.
Shout out to Brené.
Yeah,
maybe that's like a...
This should actually be on the curriculum.
Well, as the podcast gets bigger...
Let's get Brené on.
I want to get Brené on, yeah. That's like a goal of mine.
What a dream.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? That'd definitely drive the views.
100%, wouldn't
it? A vault, I like that. Yeah. I mean, being trustworthy is massive, I think. Like, and they all kind of intertwine with each other, I think. So
100%.
Being reliable, doing what you say you're going to do, taking accountability.
There's a lot of overlap.
I always say, like, over the last 6 years, we've worked with tons of people on the content. Like, we do, obviously, filming, editing. We do content strategy. We do social media management. We do all sorts of different things now. We obviously do our podcasts. And clients come and go. Like, we understand that. It's business. Like, people might not be the right fit for people. They might not be the right fit for us. That's absolutely fine. With that said, no one in the history of us working together will ever say that we fucked them over or done something shitty to them.
Yeah.
Ever. And if they did, I'd be fucking mortified because that's not what we're about.
Yeah.
So...
And reputation goes such a long way.
Yeah, like I understand it. If someone doesn't want to work with us or doesn't like us, I can accept that. Yeah. One thing I'll never accept is someone saying they didn't do what they said they were going to do.
Yeah.
Or they done something shitty.
But also, so then it goes on to integrity. Your behaviours have to match.
So what does integrity look like to yourself?
So I practice what I preach.
Yeah. Doing what you say you're going to do.
Do what I say I'm going to do. But I think inside of that, I think there's instances where people may have integrity, but what they've done is overpromised and then they underdeliver. But they may have had the best of intentions. So coming on to the next one, which is non-judgment. We have a non-judgment for ourselves and we don't judge others because we don't know what path other people have walked along. And for ourselves, we are our own worst, biggest critic. We don't big ourselves up naturally. We're always I feel we clip our own wings to a degree.
I think I'm hilarious. I'm no fun at parties, but I'm hilarious.
Everyone except you. But then the last one is generous.
I think you're hilarious as well, to be fair.
Thanks, I am. To be fair, I am in the top 3 funniest people in my house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
It must be a funny house then, to be honest with you.
It's quite funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
So who's the funniest in your house?
Me.
So you as well.
Actually, well, to be fair...
So for anyone watching, not just me, Sarah as well.
No, I am, yeah. But that I've been voted for by my son, which I think is like quite big for them to say. Like my son will say, "Mum, you're the funniest person I know."
I think that's quite an achievement, to be fair.
I do. I'll take that all day long. As long as he thinks I'm like the funniest, I'm like no one. My biggest competition is my husband because he is hilarious. So, yeah, I would say, but my son always backs me.
Amazing. With the work that you do with girls,
Yeah.
one thing I am fascinated about is how do boys react to that work? In a like social setting or in a life sort of way, because I mean, because I was a PT, we always worked with girls. Like there was loads of female PTs there,
Yeah.
and every job I've ever done has always had females involved in what we do. So even in content now, there's loads of females involved.
Yeah.
So I see loads of good stuff going on with, you know, female empowerment and all that kind of stuff. But how do the boys react to that? Is it like
I think
because I mean, like if you speak to Ant and Tom from the Men's Social Network, they work with a lot of blokes who, not necessarily younger people, but like people in their late 20s, early 30s, who are really disenfranchised. Actually, they don't have a sense of purpose, they don't have a sense of belonging, and that's what they're doing. And I always think you don't want to kind of take from Peter to pay Paul. Do you know what I mean? Like you like someone else's joy and fulfillment shouldn't come at the price of someone else's. Am I saying that right?
Okay, so it sounds to me like what you're saying is, does it create an imbalance between male and female?
Maybe that's the right way I'm saying.
Is that what? Is
But
that what
I
you're saying?
I wouldn't say like an imbalance. Like I mean, I would say there's loads of stuff that I see where women and girls can get involved in now.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff going on, events, networks, social gatherings, loads of cool stuff going on. I just don't see as much for men. Is there a case for like almost like a Scouse lad social?
I would absolutely love a Scouse lad social. So if anyone wants a secret sauce and wants to do a Scouse lad social, like I am, like full hands in the bucket. I've got a boy. I too recognise that there's.
Is there a space for that?
I don't know. This is what I don't know.
Maybe
I would love there to be.
Maybe that is a thing now with this ban on social media coming in, and we won't know that until it's all made clear. Really, I think like your message is so big and powerful. It's hard to articulate. Like I've always kind of battled with this short form social media content versus like longer form podcasts and stuff. Yeah. Because how do you articulate a message like that in 20, 30 seconds and hook people and score people?
No, it's
it's a big topic, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing I can say that, the whole one thing I've took away from it is the boundaries thing. Like the boundaries thing's massive. If you can start with setting some boundaries for yourself, what am I willing to accept in my life, what am I not willing to accept, what behaviours do I want to be around, what behaviours do I not want to be around, what are the values I want to live by, do I want to be honest, do I want to be kind, do I want to be of value to people, do I want to...
How do I want to be remembered?
Yeah. There's like this whole story around Stephen Covey with this in a book, and it was like a really amazing message, I thought, where he talked about, imagine waking up one day in your house and you look out the window and there's like funeral cars outside and you don't know whose funeral it is. You think someone's died in the street. You're looking at it going, that's weird. And then you go downstairs and everyone in your house is getting ready to go to this funeral and you're thinking, who the fuck's died? Like, who's died? And then you start getting ready, but you still don't know whose funeral it is. And you're like, fuck hell, like, where are we going? So you get in the funeral car, everyone's crying and all your family's crying. You're thinking, what's going on? Like, what is going on? And then you get to the church and everyone's in there and it's all the people you know and love. And you think, what is going on? You're trying to ask people, but people aren't really telling you. And so you sit down and you're looking at this funeral procession going on and you realise it's my own funeral. my own funeral. I'm at my own funeral. And the person who's closest to you, whether it's your best friend, whether it's your husband, whether it's your wife or your kids or whatever, they get up and start speaking about you, and you're listening from the crowd. What do you want that person to say about you? And you live your life in reverse order from that moment. And I thought that was like a really powerful like concept and framework to live by. Like, what do you want them people to say about you? And it like from our point of view, it's like if people can say like, you know, it wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but he done what he said he was going to do. He was honest. He was loyal. He absolutely fucking made a difference to people in the world through content and through putting out good content. That was a net positive rather than a distraction to young people, and help people create big ideas and set them on a path to showcasing them ideas. Then I'll be happy. And I was a good dad. That was another one.
What was the last one?
A good dad.
A good dad. Yeah. I think I would probably want to leave the world and be remembered that change is possible. And we have to save ourselves, and we can do a lot of stuff for ourselves. We don't have to wait for other people to do things for us. I think we spend a lot of time waiting for the government to change or waiting for someone else to do something. Like, why are we waiting? Like, we know what we need to do to make things better. So let's just like get stuck in, put our heads together and do what we can with what we've got instead of waiting. I feel like we just wait. I won't wait anymore.
Yeah. So go do stuff. Just do stuff.
Just do stuff. Just do stuff.
My first coach, Peter, he's an older guy now, multi-millionaire, built a massive business. He used to say to me, just do stuff. It's like, even if it's the wrong stuff, just do stuff, do anything.
Exactly.
Get out there, do anything, just do stuff.
Even if whatever step you take, it's a step and it's closer to something bigger and better.
Like, even if it's going and cleaning the fucking bins or mopping the floor or... just do extra stuff, just do more stuff, and you'll figure it out.
And I think that's one of the things when anyone is absolutely stuck, do the next best thing. I have this talk all the time about anxiety, because anxiety is such a buzzword, and yet there are a lot.
Do you suffer anxiety?
Do I? Not. No, I think I have anxious thoughts, but anxiety is a liar. And I tell myself anxiety is a liar, and you can't predict the future.
You strike me as a really confident woman, to be fair.
Do I?
Yeah.
I think I am, but then there's always things that are going to knock you in life. You're always going to get blindsided. There's always going to be things that will take you by surprise.
Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
Thanks very much.
And I really appreciate your time.
I loved being on here.
Amazing,
Thank you.
Amazing. I really want you to come back now and do a part 2 with me.
Okay. I definitely will.
So whatever the situation is, sort of like, maybe towards the end of the year, we'll do it again.
Okay, after Scouse Girl Social.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's plug that.
When is the Scouse Girl Social?
So we have got, can I just do a little 2 seconds?
Yeah, of course, go
So I've got my Scouse Girl Choir starting on the 12th of July. That's going to be at the Liverpool Beatles Museum. Then I have got a sound bath with a visualisation. We've got skinspiration workshops happening at Lush. We're also doing a Scouse Girl entrepreneur workshop with Richard Layton, who's the social entrepreneur in residence for Liverpool University. So he's going to spend 2 days with us in August. We've also got You Are Invited, are going to be hosting a theatre, and then what's it called? You Are Invited, Playing a Day. So it's going to be kind of like behind the scenes, right at the doing the stage, blah, 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 playing a day. Lovely. And then we'll be hosting our Step Into Secondary, which is all the tools that you're going to need to crack on to a great start in year 7.
Amazing.
So we've got that.
That's the kind of work I can get behind.
Then we've got Scouse Girls Social, 11th of October. And, the 27th, it's kind of penciled in at the moment, but we're in talks with the city, Liverpool bid team, because we're going to do Scouse Girl in the City, which is going to be a bit of a hopefully mark the end of all our Scouse Girls summer activations. All the girls will get together. We're going to do a trail around the city. We're going to take in some cultural buildings. We're going to go see our Scouse Girls shops. And then we're all going to have like a bit of a party in Meckwater.
Unreal. Love the work you do. I'll put all the links to your socials and
Thank
all
you.
that around this video. I can't wait for this one to get released. It's
Good
gonna be
luck with
amazing.
the editing of this, by the way.
Thanks so much, Sarah. I appreciate your
Thanks for having
time. We're going to turn the cameras off and put the world's fight some more now. Thanks so much.
Thank you.